Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucia and this is Lulu's Leaves. Today I'm going to be doing a haul for you guys. I picked up a few plants this month and I wanted to show you guys what I got. You may have seen some of these plants in my previous video. Right at the end I did a little haul, but I did want to show you guys formally, especially for those who don't really enjoy tour videos. I definitely wanted to show you guys what I got, no matter what. Before we do get into that, guys, if you're not already subscribed, please hit that button down below as it helps me out a lot. It will also help you not to miss out on any of my videos. And if you enjoyed this specific video, you can give it a huge thumbs up as well. It also really helps me out. One last thing before we start this video, comment down below right now what plants you think I'm about to haul, and then go back after the video and let me know if you were right. All right, that's going to be all of my talking and blabbering for now. And I'll just get straight on into the video, guys. Okay, who is my first victim? I'm gonna start off with the Hoyas. There are 2 Hoyas a part of this haul and the rest are Aerorites. The first plant that I have here, there was little debate about. I'm pretty sure there are 2 plants that look very similar to this one, but I went back into the video where the owner of the store or the greenhouse told me what this plant's name was. She did say that it was the Hoya Enduences. So that is what this beauty is here. I love it for its crinkly leaves. It almost looks very wild, and I know that all of these plants are wild in their natural habitats, but I just get that feeling from it. It does tend to be a fussier Hoya, so I definitely have to keep an eye on it. I'm not sure exactly what's supposed to be fussy about it. It probably is one that needs a little bit of extra water because it is more thin-leaved. So I'm definitely gonna make sure that I keep the moss a little bit more moist than I would if it were any other Hoya or a more succulent Hoya. But I definitely don't want to overwater it either because then all of the leaves will yellow and die. So definitely gonna keep my eye on this one. I'm gonna do some research and see kind of what causes this to be a more fussy Hoya. But if you have this and you have any tips for me, leave them down below as well. That would really help me out because I don't know. I've never had this specific Hoya before. So next up is another Hoya that I'm very excited about. This is one that I actually didn't even have on my radar. I didn't know it existed, but I really think that it's very beautiful. It reminds me of a pubicalyx, but it's a little bit more warped and wrinkly in terms of the leaves. I don't know if that's just this specific plant or if this is a trait that will continue on, but I'll just show you the plant and you can let me know. So here we have my Hoya Placata. This one is super, whoa, what is that? That's just a root, never mind. This guy is super duper beautiful and I love the way that it's growing. It honestly just has the coolest leaves. I'll show you my favorite leaf close up here. So you can see what I'm talking about. It has kind of ripply leaves. I don't know if that is due to some sort of deficiency or if it was just growing funky in its current conditions or its previous conditions, but that's what I like most about it. And all of the leaves on this vine are a little bit ripply like that. I'm assuming that that is kind of a trait of the Hoya Placata. It also makes me super excited because there are a lot of aerial roots on this vine, so I can easily propagate this guy and turn it into a more full plant, and I actually might do that. Should I do it right now? Should I? I'm gonna do it. Should I? I feel like Caitlin from Plant Life in the Tropics. She's always cutting up her plants mid-video. Not right now. I can't commit. She's good at this. She's good at making these quick decisions. I can't do it. I really like the way that it looks when it's kind of draping like this. So I think I'm gonna keep it for a little bit longer. I'll let it put out 2 more leaves and then we'll cut it and I will put the propagation back in the moss, or I'll switch it up probably. I'm not a huge fan of Hoyas in moss, but I'm assuming that they're still rooting a little bit, so I don't want to take them out of the moss prematurely. So yeah, that was the Hoya Placata. I'm definitely excited about that one. I got those 2 from Springwater Garden Center. I'm super happy with their selection there. So if you want some more uncommon Hoyas that you really haven't seen anywhere, not even on social media much, they're definitely a great place to go. They have some cool ones. All right, next up I will talk about the aroid that I got from Springwater Garden Center. If you saw my last video, you probably saw this plant, but I'm super excited to finally own one. It's been a little while. I've been eyeing this plant up every time I see it out in a store, but I finally pulled the trigger because I think this one is just super cute. I didn't want anything giant. I know that Syngoniums, it's a Syngonium. I know that Syngoniums grow very quickly, so I did want to get one that wasn't going to be giant to begin with, so that I don't have to keep cutting it back so that it can fit in my room. Anyways, the plant that I'm talking about is the Syngonium Wendlandii. You know what? I actually never even really considered that this could be the Rayi, but I'm 99% sure this is the Wendlandii. So here it is. I love how velvety these leaves are. While they look really velvety, they're actually more of a smooth texture to the touch, but that silver lining down the center there is just so beautiful. It's got another smaller leaf there, and then it also has one on the go. So this is a 3-leafer. And this pot is one that my mom kind of made. She didn't make it. She painted over top of it with some baking powder and paint. So yeah, I really like the pot too. This is my second Syngonium in my collection right now. I did have a few others, or maybe one other, but I did get rid of it because I wasn't great at taking care of them. But I think that I've figured it out, so I definitely might start getting into Syngoniums a little bit more because I think that I can trust myself now. So cross your fingers. If you like Syngoniums, let me know which ones I should go and buy. I don't know. I don't want anything difficult though. I really don't want plants that require a lot from me, so if it's like an easy one, you let me know. I only have the Syngonium albo podophyllum other than this one, so I'm kind of down for anything. Actually, I'm thinking about getting the Syngonium chiapens, so that is in the works. I know a source. Anyways, yes, I'm very excited about this guy. Definitely it makes me want to dive into Syngoniums just a little bit more now. Next up, we have a very exciting plant for me. I found this one at my work at Secret Garden, and I was just kind of eyeing it from across the shop, always looking at it. I felt a connection to it. And you know what? There is something really nice about working at a plant shop, other than the fact that I'm working at a plant shop. It's that I don't feel rushed into purchasing things. And so I was able to kind of look over the selection, and that one just kept speaking to me day over day. So I decided to get it. I sold my variegated burl marks, which, sorry, I'm not a huge fan of. It's just not my personal favorite plant, but I sold that in order to purchase this plant. I did want to make a trade, but I couldn't figure out a trade. So anyways, here's the plant. This here is the Philodendron cheronier. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but this used to be classified as the Philodendron tenue, but this is just a little baby. I think that it is so precious, and I love the shape of the leaves, and especially on this one, the newest leaf, I love the pillowiness of it. These guys in their mature form are honestly some really dang cool plants. They remind me of the Philodendron esmeraldense a little bit, but not really. They also remind me a little bit of the Anthurium veitchii, but in a philodendron form. They do have more of a lobe look than the Philodendron esmeraldense, but they still get that kind of ab-like look on their leaves as they mature. You can already see that this guy has sort of a six-pack look there, but in due time it'll be about an 80-pack in a few years' time. But another really cool thing is that Lori from Secret Garden, she actually grew this plant back from nothing. She imported it and it died back completely, which is very common with imports, and she grew it up to be this little baby. So now I have this plant of hers. She has a little bit more sentimental attachment to it because she grew it back. So I'm trying to take really good care of it, and I can't wait to see it grow larger. The reason that I purchased this specific one, because there were a few others to choose from, is because of how narrow the leaves are. I really do prefer this plant in its most narrow form, and it's very common at this stage already to have more chubby leaves on this plant. I am happy with the narrow leaves on this one, and I'm hoping that that continues as it grows up because typically if a plant is more narrow when they're juvenile, they're probably gonna stay a little bit more narrow when they are adult plants. So yeah, this is the Philodendron cheronier, or the tenue, if you recognize it as that. All right, so the last plant in this haul is super special to me because it was actually gifted to me by one of my close YouTube friends. She's so awesome, and I totally appreciate her giving me this plant. We are eventually going to do a little trade for it once I have something to trade her, but at the moment I don't have anything really ready that she's looking for. But she still decided to give me this plant because she knows how much I've been looking forward to finding one. So thank you, Jungle Flowers Canada. Guys, go check her out. But we met up when I was doing a tour for some secret special reason and we were able to get this plant over to me. Let me show you before you get angry with me. So this here is the Philodendron Painted Lady. This is a plant that I've been wanting for some time now. I've had the opportunity to buy it. Actually, I don't really think I have, but here it is, and I finally have one. I'm so excited to have it. It has the most beautiful mottled leaves on it. You can see they come in a nice yellowy green color, and eventually they fade to more of a full green color, but that does take time, and they typically shouldn't go completely green. Usually they'll still keep some of their mottling color, but I'm really happy with this specific plant because this variegation is just so beautiful. I don't know if it's actually considered variegation, but it feels that way to me. Now I'm just hoping and praying that I don't kill this plant for some reason. I honestly haven't killed too many philodendrons in the past, so cross your fingers that I can manage this one. It just seems a little bit fussier than most philodendron, but I could be completely wrong and this guy will cause me no troubles. Cross your fingers, that's what I'm praying for. I eventually want to get this guy on a moss pole because it has lots of beautiful, juicy aerial roots there sitting against a moss pole because they will dig those aerial roots into that moss pole and create larger leaves because of it. I haven't seen this plant in a more mature form. I don't know if the leaves change shape at all. With a lot of plants that look like this in their juvenile stage, sometimes they can get more pronounced lobes as they grow up, but I'm really not sure of what they look like. Maybe they look the exact same. I don't know. But I'm very happy with the way that it looks now, and I can't wait to watch this one grow. There is a new leaf on the way, so I will update you guys on my Instagram at Lulu's Leaves if you want to see that leaf when it unfurls. But yeah, that is my philodendron painted lady. All right, guys, well, that is it for the haul. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed showing you guys these plants. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Let me know what your favorite plant was as well, and if you have any of these plants yourself. And also, if you're not already subscribed, you can hit that button down below as well so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. The next video on this channel will be a super exciting announcement video, so stay tuned for that. It is going to explain what I've been working on and what will be happening this Christmas season on Lulu's Leaves. I am really hoping that everything works out, but unfortunately there is a global pandemic and some of my plans may be canceled if we go into lockdown, so it's difficult to say how this December will play out, but I'm trying really hard to get everything prepared early for you guys so that if we do go into lockdown, I still have really awesome content for you guys. But that is all from me, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.